Now, as we said, one thing a lot of voters may see on their election ballots could be local property tax increases. That issue is acute for one Pennsylvania school district that an investigation by the Center Square found is still asking for tax increases despite settling with taxpayers for allegedly hiding budget reserves. And to top it off, the school district principals and administrators make six-figure salaries. Joining us to discuss the latest from the Center Square's Enterprise and Investigation Unit is managing editor Art Kane. Art, thanks for taking time with us. After reading Mark's story, did policymakers learn any lessons from having to give taxpayers back $27 million?
Well, it doesn't look like it. They are now increasing in between 2 years almost 15% property taxes to get more money. So they had to give back 27 million, but now they're going to probably try to get that back through the property tax system, and the taxpayers will be on the hook for it. There was a 9.5% increase suggested, and then they lowered it to 8%. But that's still a pretty significant tax hike.
Now, give us more detail here. Where is this? What kind of community is this? And just how expensive are the administrators in this school district?
Well, it's a upscale or wealthy community in the suburbs of Philadelphia. It has the second highest property taxes in the state, and a lot of that goes to school. I think they have a per pupil funding of $35,000 a year, which is pretty big. I mean, most districts are 12 to 15,000, and because of that, they're able to pay their administrators a lot more than would be for a district that size. For example, the Philadelphia superintendent makes under 400,000, about $370,000 a year, and this superintendent makes $300,000 a year. But the big difference there is there's almost 200,000 students in Philadelphia, and there's less than 9,000 in this suburb. So most of the time you get paid depending on how much your responsibility is. And this guy's almost making as much as someone who has a student population, way, way, way larger, 20 times larger than what he oversees.
Yeah, and just some of the financial data and the salaries here, pretty interesting, especially when you lay out in the story, as your reporter Mark Strickers does. In Lower Merion, the high school principals are earning $170,000. That's a pretty good paycheck. The superintendent, as you noted, $300,000. So obviously that's more than what the average is across the country. And Art, as you noted, also not really comparable to a school district right next door that's got thousands of students on top of what this particular school district's dealing with. Give us the history on this class action settlement that happened and the payout to taxpayers, $27 million. What happened here?
Well, about a decade ago, they realized that the school district was hiding reserves and surpluses while increasing taxes. And so the residents sued, and the school district had to settle with a $27 million reimbursement over a several-year period. And taxpayers got some of their money back. But now it appears to be, and the people we've talked about, the expert we talked about, appears to be that they're just hiking the taxes back up. They had, as I said earlier, an 8% increase for the 24-25 season, a 6.5 increase for the 24 school year. 15% is is a big increase for taxpayers on their property taxes. And again, this is the second highest property taxes in the state of Pennsylvania.
And the amount per pupil being spent, as you said, about $35,000 per pupil. Sees that, of course, with questions coming that, hey, do you want to increase your taxes some more? I asked earlier, have policymakers learned any lessons from the settlement? Have taxpayers learned any lessons from the settlement?
Well, that's to be seen, right? I mean, if they don't like this, and it seems like they don't have to pass, the voters don't have to approve these things. The school board can just increase their taxes. So their option is, I guess, to sue again and see if they can get another rebate if they feel like these taxes are unfair. In some states, you actually have to vote. The taxpayers have to vote to approve these taxes. It doesn't look like that's the case here. They just tack them on during council meetings or school board meetings, and taxpayers have to write the check or lose their houses. Basically, is how it works.
Now, to this particular superintendent that you guys report about, of course, you had the 2016 case about, hey, the taxing body is hiding the reserves, and they settle that, pay out the $27 million. Questions about the costs for the highest burden on taxpayers locally, which is school districts in a lot of jurisdictions. But the school district went ahead and gave a new contract to a new superintendent. What are some of the benefits in that contract?
Yeah, it's a better contract than his predecessor had. He got 2% raises. He got additional sick days. He got a $500 car allowance, which I think is interesting because those tend to be just basically taxpayers paying for someone's lease or someone's car payment, and they get to keep the car at the end of the day if he bought it, right? So taxpayers are subsidizing a car. I guess they argue that it's better than paying mileage if he has to drive around the district a bunch, but I don't know if that analysis has been made. $500 is a pretty decent car payment for a pretty decent car.
And Art, this is just one school district in Pennsylvania. If you look elsewhere across the country, do you see similar types of pictures, more affluent areas, spending more on kids, but also seeming to I guess, withstand regular requests to increase property taxes?
Well, I mean, I think if you look around the country, school districts, governments, all of them are trying to get more and more resources to pay higher salaries and benefits to government employees. People think that when taxes go up, that's to build a bridge or to do something, construct a road, but often it's just to give tax increases to teachers union members or clerks or police officers or somebody else. And taxpayers have to question whether their benefits and their salaries are getting out of whack with the private industry. And a lot of people will say they are because they're making so much money, getting pensions, big salary increases. So I think this is not just a story in Pennsylvania. I think it's around the country. These benefits and salaries have been going up for decades.
And we know that your team with the Center Square will continue their investigations, and we'll be looking forward to more of those stories in the future. Thanks to Art Kane, managing editor with the Center Square.